and YouTube is coming up soon. You're live. Hello everyone, Dr. Rich Castellano here, Wall Street Journal best-selling author of The Smile Prescription, award-winning double board certified facial plastic and reconstructive surgeon, here today with facial plastic surgeon and my personal friend, and I am honored to spend time with you, Dr. Steve Weiner. Thank you so much, Steve, for coming.
Thanks for having me at your setup here at the Aesthetic Show.
Yes, we got some nice digs here.
Some VIPs.
We are VIPs.
He's sitting in the middle of the Aesthetic Show interviewing people.
We're just having fun. There's a lot of fun. This is a great playground.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of fun to be had.
I think that any device or company that is associated with the industry is here.
Yeah, they're all here. They're all here. You should be here too. Hello from France, bonjour. So Dr. Weiner, so much success, and I give him a hard time. He's a facial plastic surgeon, but I love what he's doing. He says he's laid down his scalpel, but he is doing amazing. What a leader and an innovator doing the minimally invasive, non-invasive. So what are some of your biggest takeaways from the Aesthetic Show with where you are in your practice?
Well, I think that the field is moving towards minimally invasive.
Yes.
Even though you're a surgeon.
One day I will lay down my scalpel, and before I do, I'm going to call Steve. Today's the day.
No, but I think the industry knows that, and I think that our patients want that. And in fact, I wrote an article in a blog that talked about age freezing. Where
can they find your blog? Where is your blog? It's a great blog. Tons of traffic. Where can they see your...
The best way to get it is Stephen F. Weiner, MD.wordpress.com.
Okay, there you go. So tell me about the blog.
So the blog talks about age freezing. And I talk about patients that I've seen for the last 10 to 12 years, and I have halted their aging.
Beautiful.
With all non-invasive work. So I think that we're at the point where our devices can keep up with your aging. If you visit us regularly, and you don't have systemic diseases, like you don't have cancer, you're not on drugs that affect your metabolism, you're not overly obese, you're not a big drinker or smoker. If you're none of those and you come to us regularly, we can keep, in fact, most of those 10 to 12 year patients look better than when they started. So we have reached
freezing,
that point.
age reversing.
Age freezing or age reversing, yes.
I think a lot about my telomeres.
Yes.
And the shortening of the telomeres, the shorter the telomeres, the more the aging is, and I need to measure them a little more frequently.
I do think that that is a big point, and I think that our next level of treatment are treating the telomeres. TA65, for example, which is a telomere lengthening oral supplement. So we've sold oral supplements for years, but I think more and more research is going to go behind that, because you gotta, yeah, you can help the face, but the whole body's going to fall apart. It's no good anyways. Now, so you got to do the whole body.
You got to do the whole body. Now you know what telomeres be prolonged is
smiling.
The power of smile will make your telomeres longer. You can quote me on that. Science behind it. I think it's out there somewhere. I'll find it later. I'll find the article. My telomeres, I feel them getting longer already just as we're smiling. But that's what you gotta love about Dr. Weiner. I just want to smile being around him. He cares about so many people. Not only does he care and give good patient care, and you got an amazing team, he works so hard behind the scenes, studying, preparing, always wanting to be the best. I'll never forget when you said you started your aesthetic practice and you wanted to be the best. And when you make that decision to be the best, special things happen.
Let me tell you a famous quote that really summarizes my philosophy, and it's by Michelangelo. Obviously, everyone knows he's one of the best artists in the history of mankind. Okay, so he lived to 88. At that time,
that's crazy.
The average age was 42 or 44.
He froze his age. He was working on his telomeres.
Yes.
He smiled.
But at the age of 87, 1 year before his death, he says, "I'm still learning." And you know what? Regardless of where you are, you've got to keep learning. Once you stop, you all of a sudden fall behind the competition.
I love that. And I'm going to build on that one step further, because I think we've got three big ingredients. for survival, for excelling, for doing great things. And if you want to be learning, I believe to really learn requires high adrenaline.
Yeah.
If you're super chill, you're not learning that much.
You know, I think that there was there's a study about big-time CEOs, and I think they usually wake up between 5 and 6 in the morning, and they go to the gym. And, I mean, they're constantly getting up, constantly full of energy. I have energy. I love what I do. It's not like, oh my God, here's another day. If you're like that, you're in the wrong field. And you know what? When I was doing surgery, when I was taking call, and when I was going to the hospital, I was dreading it. I got into the completely aesthetic arena where I'm doing non-invasive work, and I love it. And
it shows.
You have to learn to do to be good.
And you know that you love it if your smile score is high. So that's one ingredient. You got to make sure the smile score is high. Because when you're learning, if you're really learning, like, wow, that's great. You're not. The smile score is high, but if you're learning, it's like, wow, that's great. You're not engaged. High energy, high smile.
Of course.
And then the last part is the brain. Your protocols, your scripts, the strategies you use, which you create them, you test them, you break them, you remake them. So that's the code. It's those three ingredients.
Yeah, you have to admit.
Yes.
You have to say, look, I took the wrong direction. Let's rethink this and go in a different direction. I agree with that.
So, what would you tell people? What is something that patients can do right now? There's so many different things they can do. Skincare. If they want to look better, what's something they can do right now if they're watching this and say, okay, that would be useful to me now?
It's interesting too because I wrote another blog.
Go visit the blog again.
Okay, I wrote something about prejuvenation. Okay, and that's a concept of preventative rejuvenation. So perhaps you're in your 20s and you really don't have many of the aging factors. But we know now that if you do stuff as a preventative measure, that you will look better and you will age better. So the very first thing is skincare. Everyone needs to be on skincare. And practically everyone, unless you have a contraindication, a retinol or retin-A. That has been proven 25, 30 years to be one of the best anti-aging skin medications. And then recently growth factors have been shown to be effective, and SPF, sunscreen. So those are the basics. Then the first thing you need to do is probably start Botox. Frown line, not only has it been shown to improve the wrinkles, but it improves headaches and it improves your mood.
Reduces risk of depression.
Exactly. It's been shown to be just as effective for depression as Prozac.
Interesting. See, now I did a little bit of my Botox, but I got so excited at this meeting, I think I broke it. I think I broke out, and I'm going to need some more because all right, skincare, Botox.
Yes, and then once you get to be in your later 20s and early 30s, actually probably 32 to 34, you start to lose volume. And it's really interesting. Why do particularly women start to lose volume at that age? It's because their reproductive years are ending, or they used to. But in history, that's sort of when their reproductive years will end. And so you don't need to look as good, according to evolution. And so now we have means, before we had to do surgery, now we have very easy means that take 5 to 10 minutes and improve the volume with fillers. And Restylane, my favorite, all around great filler for all the areas of the face.
Beautiful. I love it. You know, and I like to talk to patients, I like to talk to them about the future of plastic surgery. And I certainly believe prejuvenation, telomeres, and what we are doing with fillers, to me, I believe is the future of plastic surgery because there's no downtime. Yeah. It works. It's great. And we've got temporary, we've got long-term. To me, that is truly the future. And the future is very bright. There's all these different modalities that can be used to help out where plastic surgery was the only choice before. Now, tons of options.
I do think also that the fillers not only fill you out, but they actually create a healthier skin and
building collagen
and stimulate all the growth factors within it. I haven't written this yet, but I think this is the next.
This is coming on the blog.
This is the next avenue of attack, and there's hints of it here and there, but we've gone from not recognizing volume was the issue in aging, where the patients would have facelifts and look like they were in a wind tunnel, and they looked horrible, and no one wanted to do facelifts after that. Then we recognized around 10 to 15 years ago that volume was key. Okay, so now we're volume. Now we're going a little bit overboard on volume in some cases. Okay, so we got to watch that. But the next area is removing volume in areas we don't want it. And so, Kybella is the prototype. We're removing fat down here. But we're only started with Kybella. We haven't yet reached its endpoint. So we're going to be using Kybella along the jaw lines, the jowls, raw fat, small little pockets that aren't conducive to full sculpting, and then some type of form of injection or laser for your eye bags. Okay? Right now, eye bags, you can help them with a little bit of volume, but sometimes they're beyond help.
Some people are using a little laser lipolysis.
That's what I mean. That's the next big area of attack. Is we're going to remove fat transcutaneously. You're going to get you're going to get Botox and then a little dose of something for the eye bag too at the same time.
I love it. Well, what I can contribute to that is, I believe one of the biggest missing pieces in plastic surgery, because what an honor and a gift it is truly to have what you're doing and your dedication and your knowledge and your distinctions. And I believe where I'm really focusing in my practice is communication. Because we're so smart, the consumers don't know what they really need. They don't know what they want. They just want to look younger. So when the science is cutting edge, my goal is, how do I get communication? Hi, Loretta, how are you? How do I get communication cutting edge? So people can really understand, because the science is there, but still people are making not great decisions. So that's where I want to focus on communication, nonverbal communication. Education.
To differentiate the people that are very good at what we do, and then the people who aren't or fake that they're good.
Yes.
We need to do that. But it's very interesting too that this up and coming millennial crowd that is getting into the aesthetics, they're so dialed in digitally that they sometimes will say, I want this laser and I want you to do these settings because this is what the guy does in Australia.
Wow.
Or can you use the cannula and get in this area and that and give me this much Botox? That's what we're going to start to see. I know that our 50, 60, 70-year-olds aren't like that. They come on and say, whatever you think, Doc, okay, I'll do what you say. But now we're getting into a different crowd and we got to adjust. And the more we put out there, we are both very large producers of content. I mean, tremendous. You and your live and your blog, your YouTube video.
Oh, yes.
Okay. I think it's very important to spread the word and educate these people that are hungry for this data.
Yes, they need it. They need to hear the messaging. And beyond that, the communication, the messaging, the education, I think is truly behavior. You know, the behavior that creates a youthful appearance. As I say, someone told me, they said, hey, Rich, you look so good. You look so young. What are you doing? I said, I'm acting as immature as possible. And so when you act immature like that, you get the adrenaline up. You get the endorphins flowing. You get the blood flowing. You send natural growth factors to your whole body when you just get the blood pumping. So I'm a big advocate for the behavioral, which the Aesthetic Show is not here to say, hey guys, do things behavioral. I mean, there's a lot of science and things going on, which I love. And my angle, I love that there's still that behavioral component. If you can get people just more engaged and just move your bodies around. And the more you move, you're going to lose some of that weight anyways that Kybella would have taken, or you're going to you're going to shed a few extra pounds. So it's the combination there. But I love this discussion.
You know, there's something to be said for that. You know.
Yes.
You can't even doubt the benefits of exercise regarding your health, but also all those growth factors and hormones and flows,
and releasing the toxins, getting
and improving the testosterone in men, you know, and improving your joints. It's all there. Telomere lengthening, all that. So drink in moderation. Try not to smoke. Smoking just kills your skin. Exercise. Lengthen those telomeres, because the end result is, if you lengthen your telomeres, everything's going to follow. I just picked this up, and I just want to plug this. This is about Real Self. That's a great source of information. If you have questions,
check out Real Self. We're going to interview Real Self here.
Yeah. So I'm one of the first 10 that was on Real Self. Now they have 14,000 doctors, and I was one of the first 10, which is very interesting. I have over 7,000 questions answered.
That's a lot of questions. Yeah. He's putting out a lot of content. Well, let me ask this, because this is something that I am very much interested in. Anti-aging, improving your telomere health. What about the role of diet?
Yes. I'm not the best person for diet.
That's okay. We don't have to be strong in everything.
I love
but he's a role model for me, and I'm learning so much. I love the dietary.
Yes. Okay. I love my McDonald's.
I remember a time when I loved eating McDonald's.
Okay. My wife and daughter are the exact opposite. And you're absolutely right. Vegetables, the kale shakes in the morning, green shakes, all the antioxidants. We talk about antioxidants. Okay, all the oxidative stress is what the sun causes, aging causes, smoking, environment. They all cause oxidative stress. And so what you need to do is you need to reduce oxidative stress with taking antioxidants. So there's oral supplements that do that. Resveratrol, which is in wine.
Eat a lot of grapes. Eat a lot of grapes.
The dark fruits and vegetables are high in antioxidants. So your blackberries, your blueberries, those are great. But there's a lot of different foods. Kale's your superfood,
yes,
antioxidants, and so forth. So that's why food is very important. It's a lot because of the antioxidants and nutritional support with vitamins, yes, and all that. But if you eat right, it keeps your weight down, keeps your GI tract
gets your
going.
Energy up.
Yeah.
So I like the eat your nutrition philosophy. Go ahead.
And there is some research, and I'm not that great about it because I am a sugar guy too, but how sugar is...
I had a chocolate chip cookie yesterday, and it was good.
Sugar is unhealthy with its metabolites and so forth. So minimize your pure sugar intake is a good idea as well.
So, and along those lines, here's something to know about sugar intake. Do most people know the difference between glycemic index and glycemic load? Because you can eat a high sugar, a high glycemic index, which is going to boost up your blood sugar, but if you eat a very small amount, it's a low glycemic load. But you can eat something that is a low glycemic load, which doesn't bump your blood sugar that much, but if you eat so much of it, you'll still boost your blood sugar up. So you want to be thinking about those things, moderation. But I believe that, the less you eat, the longer you live. It's hard to dispute that. And I love eating a veggie diet, but I got into trouble with it.
Are you a vegetarian?
I am a vegetarian for 13 years now, and I got into trouble with it because I got kidney stones. Almonds, oxalates, and spinach. I was eating a ton of spinach until I'm like, why am I getting these kidney stones? So it's a balance there. I just don't want to get those kidney stones in my coronary arteries, and so I want to keep that cholesterol at or 150.
Wow, that's low.
And it's still controversial there, but I've read that if you keep your cholesterol at 150, how many people develop heart disease?
Very good.
And so, I love the veggies. I love how it makes me feel eating the vegetables. Hello. And so, I think a lot about acrylamides. We burn our food up a lot. You can taste it. And this is not so popular, but you taste that barbecue, you're tasting burnt. You're tasting ash. That's acrylamide. Well, you know, how much of that is enough? When you eat some of that food, you can taste a smoked food, you taste a little tingling in your mouth. You have to be really sensitive to it. But if you eat fruits and vegetables, there's no tingling. That's just fresh cells you're eating. So, you know, dietary can be very controversial. Diet discussion is very emotional.
I agree with that. And I think I could sum it up in a famous quote that was given to me. Everything in moderation, even moderation.
Yeah, moderation and moderation. That's good. I love it. This is so much fun. We got to do this again. We got to have him back. But thank you for coming on. And Dr. Weiner, I love the ability that I can engage with him and we share things. He's a good friend and he's taught me so much. And he's come to my office and we've traded techniques. And so thank you for your time. And so what's next for you? Where are you off to next in the show? Have you got any plans? There's so much to see here.
I am going to Real Self. I'm going to get a video done.
I'm going to go over there. I want them to come over here and do a video. I'm going to do a video for them.
I'm going to talk to Zimmer about their Z-Wave because they want me to talk for them. I can't wait for tomorrow night with the whole awards show.
Awards, I know. We're going to win some awards here. All right?
Yeah, and what else? Oh, I go play poker.
Okay. Oh, he's a good poker player. I watched him play. He's good. So thank you so much. Before we finish, we have to do our ceremonial selfie. Yeah, we got to have good selfie technique, so we got to turn the camera around here, get the light on, and there's Dr. Weiner. 1, 2, 3. I love it. All right, thank you so much. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you. We're going to head over to Real Self
there we got
together. We got a lot of hearts. Thank you guys. It was a great interview. You don't get that many, but it was good content. And thank you so much. All right, more to come soon. Thank you guys. See you soon.